Welcome to the show. This is JB David, the mentor, and you're on the talk show right now. And I'm your host, JB David. And I have with me on set my guest, no other person. She's a model, and I call her Susie. And over to you. So, Susie, what are you all about?
Okay, thank you for having me on your show. My name is Barikpe Leera. I'm a beauty queen, I'm a model, and apart from that, I'm a fresh graduate. Yeah, from Kennedy Robinson University, and I own a TV show that does branding, influencing, travel tours, and lots of other things.
All right, thank you. On the show, we are to talk about relationship. It is very important, especially with the youth of our age these days. You find out that most youth just go into relationship without proper idea of what relationship
Yeah.
is. So today we'll be looking at what gives the spark in a relationship. Is it money or romance? And I have Susie here to have the question answered in different ways. So we'll head straight
Mm.
into the question.
Okay.
All right. The first question I have here is when it comes to relationship,
Mm.
what do you think is qualified?
Okay. Personally, yeah, I feel like there is no placed qualification for a relationship, but yet to be in a relationship, you have to be stable.
All right.
Yes, I see stability because you have to be able to know yourself, to be able to know your other partner, your other pair. You have to be mentally, emotionally, physically stable to be able to accommodate another person. It's like you've known yourself too well, and now you want to be in this other person's life.
All right.
So yes, to be in a relationship, you have to be stable. That's the only qualification there is for me.
Okay. Talking about stability, where is your stability really focused on? Some persons say things like the person needs to have a house,
Okay.
needs to have money.
Mm.
But I want to know which is actually carrying the highest
Highest.
importance.
Okay, for me, I think it's your emotions.
Your emotion.
Yes, your emotions have to be stable. These things go up and down. Like
Okay.
if you don't keep them in check, they go here and there, always here. So emotionally, you have to be stable. Your money and whatever can come, but you have to be emotionally stable.
All right.
Yes.
So, like we've heard from her presently, that it all has to do with emotional stability.
Yes. Yes.
So, someone can have money.
Mm.
So you feel if someone loses certain amount of money
Yeah.
or gains certain amount of money, so from what you're saying,
Mm.
it means it might likely affect
Exactly. Yes.
how they go about with their relationship.
Okay, imagine you're in a business and you had great loss on that day, and coming back home or going out after to meet with your partner, most people tend to transfer
Okay.
the aggression from that loss or
Okay.
gain of their business on their partner, which is very wrong.
Okay.
If for any reason where you have a bad day or whatever, and you have to meet with your other pair, you should be able to control that part of you. It's there, we can't hide it, we're humans, we
Okay.
feel it, yes. But we have to control it for the fact that you're with your other significant pair, you have to be able to subdue that part of you. So that's what I mean by emotional stability.
All right. So
Yeah.
I would say the ground rule for everything that the person that is qualified to be in a relationship
Has to
is
be
always emotionally stable and mentally
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next question. Is it possible to maintain relationship on just love?
Mm. Okay. Okay. Mm.
Because we tend to see most persons say, "For me, I love him.
It
For
doesn't
me,
have to
I
have
love him."
money.
So things like that. So is it possible to maintain a relationship on just love?
Okay. So I'm not going to go far to use anybody as an example.
No
I'm
problem.
going to use myself.
Okay.
For me, yes, so it's possible.
To what degree?
To every degree, actually. Because if I'm going to say it again, if you're emotionally stable,
Okay.
like nothing is bothering you, nothing is making you waver from definition of our relationship. Like our relationship is there, it's good. Your money or any other thing comes like it either comes second or it doesn't come at all.
Okay.
Yes, because your if peradventure, imagine like the business I said, you lost money today, does it mean I'll love you less? No, it doesn't even affect it. I loved you and I'd always love you. So money or no money, we're good. Good health or bad health, we're good. So we have to understand that love covers all these things.
Right.
Actually, it does. Yeah. So love is principle.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So this angle now,
Mhm.
from this angle now, we are seeing one of the phobia in the society for young men is that ladies are more of the present ladies now we have in this generation.
Yeah.
They are just talking about money. But there are young men who are out there, they just want love.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
are you talking what you're saying now? Are you trying to say, generalizing it for all women? Because I know some guys out there would disagree with what you're saying.
Some ladies will backlash me.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So, we'll go with it based on
Okay.
what you're saying. All right. The next question I have is there a specific percentage rate meant to put in a relationship to give it a spark? Is there a specific percentage rate?
Of work to put in a relationship?
Yeah, percentage rate to
Yes,
give whatever.
Yes, there is. For a project or whatever you have to work in your hand, you have to put in work. You have to do things. You have to go out of your way to do things. You have to invest time. You have to invest money. You have to invest work and all of that. You get. So for a relationship, you definitely have to invest your time. Definitely, yeah. You'd have to always make sure that you understand your other pair. Relationship is not just one person. It's me and you. We have agreed that we are in love. We have agreed that at this junction we meet ourselves. Yeah, so we're going to want to walk towards that junction and all of that. So you have to put it like much work. Not like you have to kill yourself, no, but you have to understand your partner. This works for her, this works for him, and this doesn't work for me. But in a way, because we are both in a relationship, we have to look for a way to align. So it makes things easier if both of you understand yourselves. You notice that you're not even going to have to put in too much of work. Just little thing there, little thing there, and it goes.
All right. That was wonderful. Let's just go. I want to ask the next question. Okay. This question is very important because it's something that we can't talk about relationship without bringing this particular question on view. All right. So, is it possible to separate sex from relationship? Is it possible to separate sex from relationship?
Drum rolls. Okay. So, sex and relationship. Sex is not just something that two people meet and it just happen. Yeah.
Okay.
There should have been like a bond already. There should have been like a bond. Yeah, there should have been like an agreement. We would have talked about it. We both must have felt it. Must have felt the need to even have sex. Okay. Yeah. So it's not something that because we're in a relationship, anytime we meet, Oga and Madam, we're closing the duvet and all of that. No. For sex to have occurred in a relationship, there should be a need. We both, as partners, must have bonded. We must have agreed to the fact that we must have needed it or craved for it. Let me use the word, yes. We must have craved for it and all of that. It's to be in a relationship doesn't mean you're basically there for sex. Nowadays, you can get sex from anywhere. You can have virtual sex, you can have paid sex and all of that. So I don't feel like being in a relationship is for sex. So you can have a relationship without sex.
All right, you would agree with me that the guys will not be in agreement 50% on this. So most guys will say, what's the point of having in a relationship if I don't have room for that? So what would you
We're not arguing the fact that there's supposed to be a room for sex. But then let's look on the brighter side. Have our business. Like, let's talk money. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about money. If we have money, if we are comfortable, sex will happen.
All right.
Like a day we can be together and have sex like 21 times because we are comfortable.
Okay.
But we're not comfortable. We're doing this thing because do quick, oh, she wants to go.
Okay.
All this kind of stuff. You understand? Yeah. We're not comfortable. So that is not ideal.
I
Yeah.
think
Mm.
most of the time why this is an issue is
Mm.
most guys being with a lady
Yeah.
is just for temporal.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Mm.
For temporal issue. There's no plan for
The future.
prolonging the relationship
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So over to the next question. This is a question that is coming out from anywhere.
Okay.
From
Okay.
some of the viewers want to know. So I had to pick a particular question.
Okay.
And all right, what's your worst experience in a relationship?
Okay, so I think my worst experience is being in a relationship with someone who doesn't value, who doesn't understand the values or the standards I have placed on myself.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a person who doesn't like to regret her actions. So whatever I do or whatever I get involved in, I like to take full responsibility of it, notwithstanding whatever happens, whatever the outcomes are, whatever. So in that relationship, it was more like I was being, it was more like a parasitic relationship. Permit me to say, yeah. I was the host, he was the parasite. So he was taking from me, not financially, yeah, but mentally, emotionally, and all of that. So I wasn't stable.
Okay.
I saw myself like in 6 months, I wasn't going anywhere.
Mm.
I was just there, like static.
Okay.
Just fulfilling his plans.
All right.
Exactly what I was doing. And I was like, God, this thing is not working.
Okay.
This thing is not just working. We cannot be in a relationship and one person is progressing. How far? What about the other?
Okay.
Yeah, so that was my worst experience.
All right. With all this now, I want to ask the final question.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
For a relationship?
No, for what I'm about
For
to
a
ask.
question. Oh, okay. Yes.
This is the final
I was
question.
born ready. Yes.
All right. Now, with all
Mm.
said about relationship,
Mhm.
first of all, are you in a relationship?
Yes.
Is it a serious relationship?
Yes.
Very, very serious relationship.
Yes.
You need to marry.
Yes, it's a serious relationship. Yes.
Okay. Is it with one person?
Is it supposed to be? It's not a polygamous relationship.
If I should request for a name with some other person be heartbroken.
No, nobody will.
You're sure?
Yes.
So should I go?
No, don't request it.
All right.
Please don't. Thank you.
Okay.
Please don't.
I will just throw this question now.
Okay.
What is your spec? Because most of the time ladies will always say spec. So what is your spec?
My
For a
spec.
guy? Yes.
He has to be stable. He has to understand the principles of life. He has to be loving.
Okay.
I am loving. I believe that, not a necessity though, but I believe that the amount of love a person has given out, the person should be able to receive back, either in hundreds or thousands. Yeah, so I wouldn't want to go less.
Okay.
I would prefer to go above. So yes, he has to be loving, he has to be caring, he has to be educated. Someone we can have mind-to-mind discussions, not just sex. Let's talk. Let's make money.
All right.
So yes,
All right. Thank you for your time on set.
thank you for having
This is
me.
a lovely program all about relationship. If you feel like you have something to take off your chest and you want to reach out to us, you want to reach out to me, JB David the Mentor, feel free. Our link is, you look down at the screen, you will see it. You see my social media handle, JB David at, you get. So, all right. Thanks once again.
Thank you for having me.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
I won't ask them. I like your open seats. Just show the viewers.
Self-made. It's self-made. This is a story for another day. It's self-made.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.